Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for joining me for the Cancer June horoscope. Well, thank goodness we're having a much quieter month this month after everything that's happened in May. I'm actually recording this on the 19th of May and it has been a really huge lot of transition and transformation to deal with Mercury retrograde and the lunar eclipse and so on. But you do have Mercury retrograde for the first couple of days of the month, and then a few days after that, maybe 5 to 7 days after that, in shadow period. It's in your 11th house of friends, connections and groups, so do be careful of misunderstandings with other people, especially groups, because it can easily go awry. And with Mercury retrograde, there could be delays in travel or issues with devices, so make sure you back up all your devices. It's not a good time to sign a contract because you may find that you have to go back and revisit that contract at a later date. Something changes. When Mercury turns direct, often there's things that have to be revisited. But it is a great time from maybe anything that you started before, say around the 3rd of May. If you started something beforehand, it's a great time to finish that during Mercury retrograde. Okay, we also have Saturn in Aquarius, and Saturn's in your 8th house. So you might be looking at ways to structure your finances, especially real estate or joint finances in particular, or maybe there's some boundaries around intimacy that you're looking at, or something like that, or maybe perhaps something to do with inheritances, wills, and maybe the more personal sort of feelings around death, basically. It's a very deep house, the 8th house. The other thing that's happening is that Neptune is in your 9th house. It's in Pisces and it's also retrograde. You could feel that you had some plans, perhaps spiritual inclinations, and maybe it just goes a bit quieter. It might be harder to connect. So if you're a reader or an astrologer, you work in the metaphysical industry somehow, you might just feel that it's a little bit harder than usual to connect to source, but source is always there, not to worry. But overall, a much quieter month, and we do need it. Now, just briefly, I like to draw 2 cards as theme cards for the month for you, and then we'll have a look at your horoscope. And if you are new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, let's go to the board, and here's your horoscope. We'll come to in a moment, but let's just shuffle up the cards briefly. They've had a quick shuffle, and now they'll have another shuffle, and we're looking for Cancer for the first half of the month, if you like, if you want to think in terms of time. Let's go for that one. Alrighty, what do I see? I'm on a sort of a barren landscape. There's not much happening. It's like there's a journey, and now it's not. Maybe this month it's not as interesting as it has been. It's not a hard walk. There's a few, hills up a hill, down a dale, but it's definitely not a hard walk. But at this hill that's just above me, and it's only a small hill, it's going to give you a beautiful vista of what's coming. So it's like this is just a time to catch your breath, basically, in this month. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups. This is a sign of brand new beginnings, and you do have the new moon at the end of the month in your sign, and also the sun in your sign earlier in the month. And happy birthday to all Cancerians, and this gives you a new start. You're feeling more rejuvenated, you're feeling more hopeful, you're feeling more positive than what you have in the past. So it's a really beneficial energy of hope and joy and peace and love. It's great. It's actually quite good for relationships, and especially new romances as well. All right, and you've got the the full super moon. It's a super moon this month, but not a lunar eclipse. and it's here in your 5th house of romance and creativity and the world of the child. So that'll be interesting. All right, so the second half of the month, let's have a look at the cards, and I'll close my eyes. The car's in the garage, the engine's on. It's like you're about to get going on a new journey, okay? So this is the time just before you start, when you're in preparation, basically. But your life is probably going in some sort of new direction well, maybe not this month, perhaps next month, but this is preparation for that new direction. Alrighty, so closing my eyes. Anything else? Yes, just the words are stay with the moon. Okay, the card that comes up is the Four of Cups. There may have been some sort of disappointment, especially with regard to relationships in the past. And this doesn't specifically say that it's a romantic relationship. It could even be a friendship. But there was some sort of spiritual connection with another person. See, there's white roses here. The red rose does indicate true love, and whatever way that plays out. But there's some sort of feeling of disappointment or feeling forlorn about something. You could just be thinking about this. It could just come back to you. But Spirit is coming and offering you a new cup, okay, a new cup of life. There's some growth here, and especially here in the solar plexus, there's this gold energy. It's being transformed, and you might suffer from upsets to do with your digestion, or perhaps, probiotics is a really good thing to take. Get some good probiotics if you've got digestive problems, and it can even be IBS or even constipation with that as well. But you are about to start a new beginning. Okay, so that's good news. Okay, so let's make this a bit bigger now, and you can see better, hopefully. I'll put that up there like that, and I'm going to put that there, and this here, so because sometimes these cards are very relevant with the astrology. Helps if we can see Pluto there in Capricorn in your 7th house. Alrighty, so we start the month off with Mercury trining Pluto from the 8th to the 12th, which is fabulous because it brings great depth to your conversations. You could find yourself hearing very private things about other people, or perhaps even secrets. Just watch that you don't reveal secrets, of course, but people will probably just tell you stuff. You don't even have to ask. But if you did ask, you would ask a question that would go right to the core of the matter, a very penetrating sort of question. And it's because this energy is very deep and intense, and you probably won't be looking for superficial things in life at the moment. It's a great time to investigate a complex problem or a mystery. It's a great time to look for something that has been lost or hidden, because you'll probably find it. And you'll probably get more information about yourself from your own unconscious coming up now. The 11th to the 4th of July sees Mercury move into your 12th house here. So it's direct now. It's moving forward again, or it appears that it's moving forward. And it's a great time for quiet study and inward reflection. As I said before, you could find a lot of things about your subconscious coming up, and you're getting all these messages. Your intuition and sensitivity to the hidden, behind the scenes sorts of areas of life is likely to be operating very strongly now. You might not necessarily speak out about what you find out at this point, but later on you will, probably next month you will. It's a time where you sort of bide your time and wait and see on a certain matter. 6th of June to the 22nd of June sees Jupiter conjuncting Mars, giving you a lot of physical energy, and your stamina is very high. You could be feeling energetic and enthusiastic, and you go after what you want with great gusto. So you're feeling more confident, you're eager to get going on something, you've got more energy, so you'll probably do more sports and things like that. You could do extra gardening, for example, but of course be careful you don't overdo it. And because you might not realise how hard you've been working, basically, and then you get up the next day and then you work it out. If you do have a health problem, take it easy. Don't do too much in one go. But your self-confidence is very high, and it's a pretty sort of positive time. On the 14th is a super full moon in Sagittarius here in your 5th house. And now you might come out of your shell, and those subconscious forces are sort of percolating away there, and you express yourself more now as well. You could be quite playful and dramatic, and you're likely to be closer to the world of the child. You may have more to do with children, or it's your own inner child. You could be feeling more creative. Maybe a romance is on your mind now. But whichever way it goes, with a super full moon, when the moon comes very close, much closer to the earth, you're going to feel it because the moon is your ruler. So it could bring up all sorts of emotions. And with the new moon at the end of the month also in your sign, you're going to feel it. And so it could be an emotional month, but a positive month for you. The 19th of June to the 22nd of July sees the sun moving into your sign here. This brings insight and awareness. It brings happiness, a sense of achievement, a sense of bursting out into the world and making a strong statement about who you are. You're probably more magnetic to other people. They notice you, they notice your warmth and your stability, and they probably want to have more to do with you. And so it's a great time to make a favourable impression on other people. You're likely to take the lead and others will follow you, and you just feel more confident and vital. The only thing with this, because you probably will be feeling much better and you're communicating much more articulately, perhaps just remember to listen to other people, because a conversation is always a two-way thing. And you'll be making your statements and putting your message out into the world, so it's good to listen to the feedback you get. 21st of June to the 17th of July, Venus moves into your 12th house as well. I haven't written it in there, should have gone in there. Here we go. So this will move down to here. Okay, in my best handwriting. You probably, when this happens, from the 21st onwards, you probably won't be feeling as gregarious. You probably sort of want to have some quiet time, some privacy. So it's like you burst out into the world and then you want to have some privacy. The other thing here with Venus in the 12th, sometimes it's associated with having romantic yearnings, but it's almost like they can't be fulfilled very easily. And so you need to use a lot of discretion. And the other side to this is sometimes there's a great love there, or somebody, a relative or somebody close, needs you very much. But, you know, that relationship, it's not going to bring anything sort of material to you other than you serve them unselfishly. So it could be like a parent or somebody close to you who needs help. The 25th until the 28th sees the sun squaring Mars. Yeah, do be a bit cautious with this. Mars brings a huge amount of energy, but it can also bring incidents or accidents. So just take it easy. Make sure you keep your mind on the present. Don't be letting your mind wander off into the future too much. Because if you're rushing ahead or something, you might have a trip or something like that. Be careful of arguments, okay? And it's a good idea to go out in the morning and have a walk, take the edge off the physical energy, the extra physical energy that you have. The 28th sees a new moon in your sign here. You're more sensitive and perceptive than usual. You're also more affected by what's going on in your environment. It's not really a good time to go out to a restaurant or go somewhere where there's a lot of noise or chemicals and things like that, because you pick things up more easily. If you go shopping, you might, pick up psychically what's happening to the person next to you in the queue or something like that. It can be an emotional time. It's best for you to, just be a little bit careful and guard your privacy if you can. The 28th of May to the 28th of July, Neptune sextiles Mercury. You're likely to be more sympathetic and understanding as far as other people go. And even if they're in the wrong, you'll give them the benefit of the doubt most probably. You're more tolerant. You reach out to other people and there's a better connection with them. And even if you don't normally get on with those people, you'll find that things are sort of smoothed over a little bit with Neptune, and you're looking more at the spiritual side of the interaction. And you can break down barriers or break down walls between yourself and other people, so it does help the relationship. You might find your imagination is exceptionally vivid. You might be able to, especially if you're sort of creative or you're involved with art or music, this can be benefited. It's a great time for counselling or consultations with professionals, especially like health. Could work out much better for you. And if you've got psychic ability or you're interested in metaphysical realms, you find your connection with spirit is much stronger now than usual. Okay, so that's it. Okay, much stronger now than usual. See, it's almost like a rejuvenation that you're going through this month, caring Cancerians. And, it's almost like a new chapter in your book of life. You let go of some disappointment and then you're filled with eager anticipation about the next thing that you're moving on to in your life. So a really good month basically for you. Okay, so I hope you found this useful. Please let me know in the comments or share on your socials or leave a like. That would be fabulous. Okay, and if you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Have a fabulous month, everybody, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.